What's up, Philippines? Good morning sa Bauertek. Para po sa tour sa Bauertek. Welcome to Bauertek Corporation.
We have license to manufacture drugs, supplements, and cosmetics. We have the
by FDA or
FDA.
over the counter drugs.
Yeah.
Are they over the counter drugs or have been approved by FDA?
All approved by the FDA. We have 3 licenses, all under the Food and Drug Administration. Synthetic drugs, herbal supplements, and cosmetics. Even cosmetics. Alcohol, disinfectants are part of cosmetics. Yes, but we don't do that. We have license, but we don't do that here.
You haven't mentioned any supplements.
Yes. All of these licenses came from the FDA. They're all under the Philippine Pharmacies. Philippine Pharmacies. In fact, I'm looking at one of the products here because you will notice that almost all of these are part of the Ayurvedic system.
This is Google.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Google.
Two things are there.
Fine.
In pharmacopoeia, pharmacopoeia.
Currently, not all of them.
Then how you got an idea?
Because I've done my research.
Okay, that's the purpose of it. How they issue the license. What it is, these are the drugs are not under the Philippines pharmacopoeia.
Not all of them are part of the Philippine Pharmacopoeia.
Anyway, the completion contains 5 or 10. Say, what's your five drugs are there? Maybe possible out of 7 drugs. Out of 7, maybe possibility they must all not be being mentioned in the pharmacopoeia, right?
Yes.
So the extra pharmacopoeia drug, they come with pharmacol, what is it, and etc. etc. How they give the license? Or proof you submit?
FDA approves us anyway. Because as long as we can prove that it is safe and it is
You have to prove that.
effective.
You have to prove that. And this is what the combination, as you have shared, these are the 7
Yeah.
drugs. This is the combination of 7 herbal extract that you are using. This formulation is approved formulation.
It's an approved formulation.
It's an
We have
approved formula.
certificate of product registration
For you only. For you only. This
for our
formulation-
manufacturing.
For your own manufacturing.
And you can say this is your proprietary formula.
Correct. It is patented.
Some other pharmaceutical house
Cannot do that.
cannot do that. He has to get license for his own product.
But since this is already a proprietary blend, they cannot do that. They have to change it a little
They,
bit.
they have to do this. That is what I am saying.
So we have approval for the product and we have patent for the formulation.
So you're selling it like drug or food supplement.
Food supplements.
This is food supplement.
All of these are food supplements, and then when we move over here, we can have some drugs like use this a lot.
This is
Ivermectin.
This is ivermectin. These are the synthetic drugs, right?
This for athlete, diet, and athletic abilities. This portion here is not herbal. This is the synthetic. Some of these are combination. Correct. This is a combination, but some are synthetic. We manufacture products for in-house, and we also do toll manufacturing.
Okay,
And those are toll products for toll clients.
yeah. Since these are the food products, you don't take any claims, right?
For food supplements, no claims.
The regulation was the same for them.
Correct. Would you like to have a tour on the facility? Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's have a short tour. Mag-tour po tayo. At least,
Mag-try kami.
pagkatapos ng tour, ikot po tayo. By the way, bago tayo mag-ikot, just to let everybody know, Bauertek is 3 years old. We started in June 1, 2020 during ECQ. That's when we hired our first employee during ECQ. But in the span of 3 years, we got licensed from the FDA to manufacture drugs, supplements, and cosmetics. We manufacture for our own, and we also do toll manufacturing for other companies. Bauertek is a research facility. We do development and we do manufacturing. We also have plantations. And we have our capability to do testing is very advanced. I'll show you. That was me when I was awarded the same kind of picture. I understand. I understand the Ayush means the issue. Coconut oil, garlic, and turmeric, oven with alizé and everything. I saw your memo in March 2020. That's wonderful. Medical cannabis.
Sir. Ano?
We have our advocacy program about health. So we have our radio broadcast. It happens 3 times a day. Radio, Facebook, YouTube, this. And instead of going to the different radio stations, we have our own studio here. And this is patched to many different stations already. This is what we will do later. And that's me earlier. Now I change costume. I have a different job description here. In our lab, startups, we do a lot of testing, microbiome for E. coli, Salmonella, and so on. And we also do testing for metals. We also test the purity of substances.
Ideal is there, but that's
in-house. Correct. Heavy metals, and also for specific compounds, we can test for purity. Curcumin, we test the purity here. There's a lower. Yeah. There's a lower volume, but and it goes from 750 people. And its rhizome could be 5-7 kilos. One plant. Yeah, the rhizome of one plant is 5 to 7 kilos. And the percentage is 6% instead of 2 to 5%. And this is all organic. Yes, all 100% organic. So in 1 hectare, the yield is higher because the amount of kilos is higher. And the percentage. And by the way, this is in one university in the north. This is in Guiguinto, in partnership with the Department of Science and Technology and Isabela State University. Pasyalan po natin doon when you go there. Imagine, luyang dilaw this big. The ordinary is about 200 grams. This is now in another university, Region 3, Nueva Ecija University. Again, with the Department of Science and Technology. We plant a different herb here, Moringa olivera, Malunggaya. So in each area, we plant something different, depending on our where's the climate. We have huge tracts of land there. Like that. And also support We have also have a project with Region 1 with the Department of Agriculture. You see, we work with the government on different projects. We also have a plantation there. And for every area that we have a plantation, we make sure that we have our processing facilities inside the plantation. So when we establish a farm, we establish a facility there. Those are only processing for the raw materials, but the manufacturing is still done here. Oh, this is a different program. This is
Kasi may mga regions na direct kaya
This is the lab.
Iba kasi sir ang funding yung funding.
okay this is nagkamit pa yung safety ng lawyers.
We just walk through the hallway.
Dapat kayo doon yung games kayo din sa license. So, hindi lang kayo.
This is our microbiome. Pasok. This is our microbiome lab to test for impurities, yeast, E. coli, salmonella, other contamination dito. Masyadong strict ng FDA. Hindi lang isa set, several sets ang ginawa. Several sets. Hello.
Your approval from them sometimes after
Here we have the HPLC, the AAS, and other machines to test for heavy metals or purity of the substances. Ay, Bika, dito po tayo. Director, microbiome, tinetest sa purity, yeast, E. coli, dito naman sa kabila, for purity, halimbawa, pag sinabi siya na sa vitamin C, sinabi siya cannabis, which one? Hindi lang natin ang cannabis, pH. Oh! Oh! Magandang araw po sa inyo. Buti po lang ako. Sa loob na yun. Sa test for heavy metals. Sino ka malaman, totoo ba o hindi?
This is DG.
We would like to welcome Congressman Ace Barbers, Chairman of the Committee on Dangerous Drugs.
Hello, hi, hello.
Ayush Ministry and the Indian Ministry.
I'm so sorry for coming dressed like this. It was a casual. It was a casual visit of the. Welcome to the.
Dr. Annabel de Guzman of PITAHC, Director General.
Hello.
Well, in this room, instrument room, we can do testing for materials just to make sure that they are what we claim. Also the percentage purity. So we can do this for supplements or even synthetic materials or even for drugs. We can do this. We can use this. Heavy metals, yes. And we have two of each. We have specially delivered water. We don't choose the water on the line, although that's already filtered and clean.
Ayush stands for.
So we have a team of chemists, biologists, pharmacists, and so on. Let's go to the other side.
Thank you po.
So it's
Salamat sa inyo.
the same concept with this.
Oh, by the way, this is just a segment of our, this is just our testing facility. Our research facility is done on site. Remember, we have plantations in Region 1, Region 2, Region 3, and we have processing there. We have our research facilities on site in different regions.
Ayurvedic products, your own plant-based. Very vegan.
And your breeding is a plant-based,
Yes,
no
yes,
organic.
sir. Organic, yes, sir.
Here, we have our manufacturing sa baba. We have the testing here. But research and development is done on site. Remember, we have 3 plantations, Region 1, 2, and 3. In each plantation, we have processing facilities. That's where we do our research, our cloning, our tissue culture, and so on. That's where we do it. And then the processed materials there are brought here for manufacturing. We have testing there, and then we have testing here also, just to be sure. That's for herbal supplements. For synthetic drugs or synthetic materials, it goes here directly. Now we will go to the backside. We will go to the area of manufacturing where most companies will not bring you. I'll bring you that this is the mechanical deck. This is supposed to be the dirty, ugly side. This is responsible for maintaining the cleanliness and purity of our products. Then it should be clean. I'll show you.
Ayurvedic research now. So that's why they're here in the Philippines. They will provide an Ayurvedic care, a consultant for pharmacopoeia, and they will donate equipment to the
Dito ba tayo pumasok? Maniligaw na ako. Hindi na makawala si Ted. Wala ka din ba?
We're probably on top of the manufacturing area. This is the mechanical deck. This area is responsible for a few things. Number 1, temperature. That's easy, temperature. Number 2, responsible for the amount of humidity inside. We have to control the moisture. Right now, it's a little humid. The materials will be damaged and finished goods will also be affected. So we have a machine here to specify the amount of moisture I want inside the processing. I set it at 40% maximum. Third, this is also responsible for air purity inside. For drug manufacturing, the maximum limit is 100,000 particles per unit. We got this tested, and the result is only 10,000 particles. 10 times better than FDA approval, FDA requirement. And number 4, we also control the pressure inside the manufacturing area. We are on top of the manufacturing area. I will show you that later. Each cubicle and the hallway will have different air pressures, negative and positive pressure, to avoid contamination. So these machines are responsible for that. Oh, by the way, that machine is not here. Right here. I'll put something like this. Right. I have this ship This is a lab. Galing sa Manila. Pupunta po tayo sa kabila so we can have our friends start message. Okay with you? This is only 3 years old. We were able to get all the licenses in a period of 3 years, including GMP and Halal. Ang hindi na naman kailangan kung tayo muna yung master ka rin. Para siya tayo physically.
Yeah. I'd like to introduce you formally to Congressman Barbers. He was also formerly a senator, Professor Ayush from the Ayush. Yeah. And Professor Shaju Ramdela, Associate Professor from the Surigao Department. Okay, and also Dr. Raman Mukhansi is the Director, Pharmacopeia Commission for Indian Medicine. And
Vice Chancellor is right.
Vice Chancellor Professor Sanjay Sharma, the head of the delegation. And of course, I'd like to introduce from our Indian Embassy, Pura. He's the economic attaché of the Indian Embassy in the Philippines.
Joining us also is our group from PDEA, Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency. Director Pedrosa and Director Mark Paragoso were sa labas. Okay.
Is the GMP mandatory?
It's optional. Many companies would prefer to have GMP, so we have GMP.
GMP is optional for synthetic drugs also? Is it optional for synthetic drugs also?
Optional also. But many companies, many people would be happier the facilities GMP is certified.
Could you tell me any of your Philippine product manufacturing, how many are WHO GMP certified?
Maybe majority.
WHO GMP, not GMP.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the statistics for that. GMP is.
Yeah. GMP is it for your local research question. Good manufacturing. Manufacturing practices guidelines issued by the local government. WHO GMP, COPP certification different. The guidelines issued by the WHO for the products moving in international commerce. This is the recipe for the global.
Okay. Anyway, we have. Should we move to that side? And so we can share formally? Thanks.
Media po dito. Pasok mo na sila. Sige pa, doon tayo.
Saglit. Can you join us in? We have some media related tasks. You can also. Yeah,
Tuloy po kayo. Tuloy po kayo. Tuloy po.
Okay. Just saying, we forgot to view the manufacturing area. It's downstairs. Would you like to see? We will not go inside so that we don't have to change to PDEA, but we'll just view it from a window. Okay, can we do that? Okay. That's just downstairs. She said we forgot to check the viewing here to the manufacturing area.
Yung mga stock na yan, yung bulagay ba?
After that, for
Pagka
the
tinatanong ka,
the media.
sasabihin ano, ito kasi mga
Okay. Karen, wag na daw, Karen. Karen, wag na daw. Wag na. Mag-set up na lang sila sa sala. Masamahan na.
Kasi pupunta sila dyan, tapos bigyan ng mga gwardiya mo. Kapag may papasok, hinaharap. Pupunta dyan sa terminal. Pagpapasukin.
Yung list.
Pagpapasukin yung mga yan, yung mga yan. Ang mga magpapanggap yan eh. Oo, ganun gawin mo. Saka mo kung pag-interview ha. Saka mo kapag-bitaw ng mga kung ano sa ano ko rin pala mo siguro. Basta awit sa kung sila magpasok sa pre-interview doon sa gate. Oo. Ako matawag ka. Alam mo yan?
Please join us here.
Wala. Babayad yan.
Just
Wala ko binayad yan. Karapatan mo yan na hindi mo pa-interview. Ayun, kung may reklamo sa event mo, kung sapat na ako kaso, harapin mo. Ganun lang. Okay. Okay, kung pati ka na. Okay. Nakatulog ka na ngayon. Kung mo isipin yan, wala yun.
Ako lang, saka yung event
Oo. Oo.
andito po
Sige,
sa
okay.
page 2. Wala kang comment. We'll be starting in 1 minute.
Against the light.
against my life.
Okay.
After I'll introduce you. Meron ka ng mga bosses.
Adjust mo para lumiwanag.
Paano?
Ayan.
Sorry that they can say.
Blue.
Sige lang.
That's what friendships are.
Yes. Hindi ko alam.
Sorry.
This is Dr. Raman Mohan Singh. He's from the Pharmacopeia Commission for Medicine and Homeopathy.
So we have all four.
Okay, Professor Kaya.
Hindi mo alam.
Ayan, yung blue.
Saan?
Blue.
Ito ba?
Okay. Are we ready? Karen, just give us the view. Dialect. Yung buong four dan yan.
Hindi ko makuha. Sir? Sila mo.
Naging sa talag, yung kapangit ang footage na ano. Pag may sa TV ko siya, puro tinagigil.
Pinakaya mo pa several times.
Stand by po.
Maraming beses na po namin ginawa ito.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Bauertek. I would like to welcome our guests. My name is Richard Gomez. I am the General Manager of Bauertek. I'm happy to have all of you here, including our friends from the media, from radio, newspaper, and the TV. I would like to mention our guests for today. Let me just mention, not in any specific order, but of course, we would like to welcome Congressman Ace Barbers, District Representative from Surigao del Norte, 2nd District. He is also the Chairman of the House Committee on Dangerous Drugs and the Vice Chairman on the House Committee on Natural Resources. We also would like to welcome Dr. Director Pedroso of the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency. And together with him is Mr. Director Martin Paragoso of PDEA and also several other officers of PDEA. We also would like to welcome, beside me here, Dr. Annabel de Guzman, Director General of PITAHC. Later, she will tell us more about PITAHC. And together with her is Attorney Kent Almenye, Division Chief for Standards and Accreditation, Dr. Rodrigo Angelo Ong, Chief for Science Research and Specialist, and Miss Pia Bellarmino, pharmacist, and Miss Geraldine Sion, seated in front, with Mr. Roderick Domingo, Special Operations Officer. We would like to welcome our guests from the Ayush Ministry of India. Later, they will be explaining what is Ayush and what is the purpose of their visit here. Let's welcome the Vice Chancellor of the National Institute of Ayurveda in Jaipur, Professor Sanjeev Sharma. The Director for Pharmacopeia Commission for Indian Medicine and Homeopathy, Dr. Raman Mohan Singh. And Associate Professor Sharir Kriya Department, also the National Institute of Ayurveda, Professor Chaja Ram Yadav. Also joining us in front from the same group, the Department of Rasa Shastra and sorry if I don't pronounce it well, Professor Anupam Srivastava. Oh, sorry. Okay. Thank you, everyone. To start, we would like to ask them. We'll start with Dr. Annabel de Guzman to tell us the purpose of their visit here and also tell us a little bit about PITAHC.
Thank you very much for this invitation, Dr. Richard Nixon Gomez. PITAHC is Philippine Institute of Traditional and Alternative Healthcare. We are a government-owned and controlled corporation that is attached to the Department of Health. We were created by Republic Act number 8423 or the Tama Law Traditional and Medical Alternative Act of 1992. So it was Dr. Juan Flavier who at the time when he was Secretary of Health, he organized the traditional medicine unit in the Department of Health. And when he became a senator, he passed RA 8423, creating the Philippine Institute of Traditional and Alternative Healthcare. So what is traditional and alternative healthcare? It is other modalities other than allopathic medicine, which also gives a patient better options to healthcare. So we have hilot, we have acupuncture, we have homeopathy, homotoxicology. We also have traditional Chinese medicine, tuina massage, chiropractic medicine, naturopathy, osteopathy. We also have, of course, acupuncture, and the latest is Ayurveda. And last April 19, 2022, PITAHC, as a government institution, signed an MOU with the National Institute of Ayurveda, another government institute in India, in order to promote Ayurveda in the Philippines. And part of the MOU is that they will be providing us an Ayurveda chair in order to help promote Ayurveda in the Philippines. Number two, they will also help us with our technical aspects of the Philippine herbal pharmacopoeia. We already have a pharmacopoeia that was printed in 2015, but it was more of synthetic and less of herbal. This time, launched by PITAHC last December 22, 2022, we launched the very first Philippine herbal pharmacopoeia in the Philippines, and we are hoping that with the executive order from the President of the Philippines, the DOH and the FDA will make this as the competency standards and guidelines for the accreditation and certification of herbal drugs and supplements in the Philippines. So our Ayush delegation here, composed of Professor Sanjeev Sharma from the National Institute of Ayurveda, Dr. Raman Mohan Singh from the Pharmacopoeia Commission for Indian Medicine and Homeopathy, Professor Anupam Srivastava from the Ministry of Ayush, and Professor Shijajuram Yadav also from National Institute of Ayurveda. They will be helping us in carrying out the different aspects of the Memorandum of Understanding. And with that, they will also be helping us in putting up a laboratory for herbal drug development. We hope that it will be called the National Institute of Ayurveda, PITAHC Ayurvedic Research Lab in the Philippines. So this is in order to promote the development of herbal drugs in the Philippines, of which, of course, Bauertek has already done a very good job in doing research, which is very important for herbal drug in the Philippines. Thank you very much, and good morning, everyone.
Thank you so much, Director General Dr. Annabel Pabiona de Guzman of PITAHC. Now, to tell us more about Ayush and their purpose here, let's hear from Professor Sanjeev Sharma.
Hello. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. My friends here, Mr. Richard Nixon, Dr. Annabella, my friends from India, all the media persons and dignitaries over here. Myself, Professor Sanjeev Sharma, Vice Chancellor, National Institute of Ayurveda, a deemed university under the Ministry of Ayush, Government of India. Ministry of Ayush is the ministry which deals with Ayurveda, Yoga, and naturopathy, Unani, Siddha, Sovarikpa. All these are the Indian systems of medicine, and along with that, homeopathy. And this Ayush Ministry of Government of India is having its multiple institutions and organizations. Our institute, that is National Institute of Ayurveda, which is a deemed university that is under the Ministry of Ayush, and Pharmacopoeial Commission for Indian System of Medicine and Homeopathy, which is headed by Dr. Raman Mohan Singh, who is accompanying us there. This is also an organization under the Ministry of Ayush. As told by Dr. Annabelle, that last year, in the month of April, that is on 19th of April 2022, we signed an MOU between National Institute of Ayurveda and PITAHC. And it was exchanged on 20th of April 2022, which was witnessed in the presence of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji and Prime Minister of Mauritius and WHO DG. This was really historical movement that with this MOU, both the countries in the field of the traditional medicine, they came together. And then Dr. Annabelle, she had a follow-up visit to India, and we had a brief meeting there regarding the implementation of the clauses under the MOU. And then this is again another follow-up visit by the Indian delegation to Philippines and PITAHC. Yesterday, we had a lot of discussions and presentations from both the sides, that is from Indian side and then from the Philippine side, PITAHC. And we could understand each other well, and we had a round also of PITAHC. And as told by Dr. Annabelle, that the very purpose of our visit was to see and assess the feasibility of the association between the two countries and feasibility of establishing a collaborative center for the development and assessment of and research in Ayurveda here under the ambit of PITAHC. And at the same time to give some expert support in the form of the experts or to establish a chair of Ayurveda here in this country in PITAHC. We were here to see the possibilities, and then also they also talked about the financial support for the upgradation and upscaling of their pharmacopoeial lab, and because these all matters we are trying to assess, and then we shall after the assessment we shall give the proposal to the ministry, and then the ministry is the ultimate body to finalize the things that how we shall proceed. But this is very clear that we shall proceed positively, and we shall be helping the humanity by establishing the traditional and this alternative healthcare systems, because our Ayurveda is Indian system of medicine, and this is highly scientific system of medicine, and it sees the human, it is a holistic approach towards the human beings and towards the treatment of the diseases. It is not the reduction, the Ayurveda is not having the reductionist approach, but we are having the holistic approach. And Ayurveda talks about the prevention of the diseases, the promotion of the health, and sustenance of the health, and then lastly talks about the treatment of the diseases. And this is wonderful concept that how we can be healthy, how we can avoid the diseases. That is the mainstay of Ayurveda, so that diseases should not come up. So that is the main purpose and main purpose of Ayurveda, and we shall try to work on this this aspect. And as we know that Ayurveda now is a recognized system of medicine in many countries. More than 35 countries, they do recognize the Ayurveda system of medicine. in their countries, and here the Ayurvedic, formally educated Ayurvedic people, they can practice Ayurveda as a medicine, and they can treat the diseases, and they can recently Switzerland, the last country which has recognized Ayurvedic system of medicine for the practice, and even Cuba and so many other countries in line. In our institute, that which is, I already told that is an university. More than 16 country students are studying there at various in various programs like graduation programs, post-graduation programs, and postdoctoral programs. So we are here to see all the possibilities, and we are very happy that what the hospitality has been extended by PITAHC, by the Philippines, and today by Mr. Richard Nixon, really. And this is state-of-art facility here for the drug manufacturing. And just before this, we visited his this naturopathic center also, and that is also, I can say, state-of-art facility. And he said that there are 15 such centers there. So wonderful facility, Mr. Richard, you are having, and we hope that you will grow more and more, and you will be helping the humanity through this alternative system of medicine. And definitely in future we shall be collaborating in more and more areas, and we are very much hopeful that we shall go along and we shall converge somewhere, we shall walk together, and we shall help the humanity. Now, there is a very important concept which the India is bringing up now, and that is the integrative health. In India, there is Niti Ayog, and I am one of the members of working group of the Niti Ayog, and we are coming with the integrative health system. And in that, under that system, there will be a holistic approach towards the health that will include the contemporary medicine, means Western medicine, and this alternative medicines, traditional medicine, that will be inclusion of that. And all the All India Institutes of Medical Sciences throughout the country, there is a mandate to essentially to establish Ayush facilities there within those All India Medical Institutes, which are basically patient care and educational institutions. And India is heading towards, a big slogan has been given by India: one nation, one health. And Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha means everyone in the world should have a comfortable life. So that is our aim, and towards that aim we are working together. We shall be working together, and hopefully that we shall do something in this area. Thank you all very much for patient hearing. Thanks a lot.
We are very happy to hear about the efforts of Ayush and your group here. And of course, the PITAHC is very supportive. Just to let you know that Bauertek will be here to support if there's anything we can do in terms of research or development, or even we can offer the use of our testing facilities here. Please feel free. Of course, Dr. Annabel de Guzman is our very good friend, and we will be supporting all the efforts of Ayush as you come here to the Philippines. Thank you.
We'd also like to thank, of course, Mr. Puran Prakash Singh, our attaché for Economics and Commerce from the Indian Embassy of the Philippines.
Good morning. Good morning, visitors. Good morning, Kong Ace Barbers, and to our members of the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency. My first question is for Congressman Ace Barbers, because meron po ngayong pending bill po na nasa Kongreso. Actually, kung hindi po ako nagkakamali, ito po ay under po ng inyong komite, Congressman. Meron pong panukala na ang cannabis o ang marijuana ay ihiwalay sa mga dangerous drug ngayon, at ito ay ideklara bilang isang medicinal plant or alternative medicine. Nandito po ang ating pong mga kinatawan ng ating pong Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency. Gusto po namin malaman, ano na po ang sitwasyon nito ngayon, o ano na po ang lagay nito sa ating pong kasalukuyang Kongreso, ito pong panukalang ito, Congressman Ace?
Okay, salamat sa iyong tanong. As we all know, yung cannabis is a considered to be an in the narration of illegal drugs in the country. It is still considered illegal. And as it is today, as I speak, the Committee on Dangerous Drugs in the House of Representatives is studying the possibility of delisting cannabis as part of the enumeration in the law as illegal drugs, because there are several members of the committee and several members of the House of Representatives who believe that cannabis has medicinal values. And of course, we're not experts in that. We would like to ask the experts. That's why at present, we are still doing our consultation with the experts on this field. No? Kasama dito yung humingi kami we asked for the position paper of the PDEA. We asked for the position paper of the DOH so that we will be guided in the committee whether it is worthwhile to delist this in the enumeration of the law as part of the illegal drugs or retain it there. So far as I speak, it's still ongoing. Consultation is still ongoing.
Opo. Ang follow-up question po, Kong, meron po bang pag-asa ang ating pong mga kababayan, lalong-lalo na po yung pong mga pasyente na umaasa po na gagaling sa pamamagitan po ng cannabis? Because mayroon pong mga pag-aaral ang ating pong Philippine Institute of Traditional and Alternative Healthcare na malaki po ang maitutulong ng paggamit po ng cannabis bilang isang uri ng gamot. Doon po sa ibang mga sakit tulad po ng mga epilepsy at makahalin tulad po nito, may pag-asa po ba ito na maipasa sa kasalukuyang kongreso po natin, Congressman Ace?
Gusto ko sanang sagutin yan. Ang problema, ako yung chairman. Baka ma-preempt. No? Of course, I will have to depend on the decision of the committee. It is not just I who's going to approve this. It will go through a process in the committee level in the House of Representatives. But as I stated earlier, we are consulting experts, especially in the medical field, no? Because we'd like to know if indeed cannabis has medicinal value and would cure diseases such as what was mentioned earlier, the epilepsy. So if this indeed is true, then the committee has no compelling reason not to allow this or approve this.
Last question po on my part, Congressman. Nandito po ang ating po mga taga-PDEA. Ano ho ba talaga, tanungin ko nga po si Dr. Annabel, ano ho ba talaga ang kasalukuyang naidudulot ngayon ng marijuana or cannabis kung ang pag-uusapan po natin ay gamot sa iba't ibang uri po ng sakit? Nakikinig po ang ating mga taga-PDEA rito at ang ating po mga kababayan ay nanonood po sa atin. Doktora.
Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. So, if it's okay with our national Ayush delegates, I'll be answering also in the vernacular Tagalog so that they can understand. So, meron pong mga pagsusuri na yung pong cannabis. Cannabis can be used for certain types of seizures. Not all seizures can be controlled by our anti-epileptic drugs. So, cannabis can be used for that. I think that's one of the major uses, no, the cannabinoid oil. And then it can also be used for pain control in patients with cancer. So it has also been used also for treating anxiety and depression among psychiatrists. So marami po siyang maganda pong magagawa para sa ating mga pasyente. Yung Department of Health po ay nag-issue na po ng ating position paper po dyan. Ang ano po ng Department of Health ay basta regulated lang po and controlled yung use na hindi po siya maging recreational, kundi medical lang po. Ibig sabihin po nun ay dapat S2 license ang gagamitin ng mga doktor sa pag-prescribe po ng gamot na ito. At dapat po may mga centers lang po katulad ng Philippine General Hospital na mabibigyang permiso na mag-release po ng mga gamot na ito. Dahil po hindi din po natin alam kung baka ito po ay ma-abuse at magamit po for recreational purposes. Pero marami po ang pwedeng paggagamitan nito at ito po ay nakatulong talaga, especially po sa mga special kinds of seizures, epilepsy, na hindi na po nagagamot ng ating pangkaraniwang mga gamot. Maraming salamat po.
Is cannabis being used already in under Ayush or under Ayurveda? Can you share with us?
Yeah. Good morning. Once again, welcome to all of you. If you talk about the cannabis in a traditional system, which is called a Ayush system of medicine, this particular item is regulated under two regulations. One is a NDPS, Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substance Act. This talks about, and another in under the Drug and Cosmetic Act 1940, under Schedule E drug. This drug, particularly the cannabis, comes from the hemp. The synthetic cannabis or cannabidiol oil is as of now not permitted in the Ayush drug. However, in a crude form of the plants, up to certain doses, it is advisable. Hemp is a part of some drugs in Ayurveda. But if you talk about the synthetic origin cannabis oil and all that, that is not permitted. And a special regulation is there. But the act I am talking, Narcotic Drug and Psychotropic Substances Act, which handles the cannabis in India. And Indian government is looking what he has addressed key for the research, the drug for the research purposes and on different therapeutic applications. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
In India, the cultivation of this cannabis is controlled and licensed. It is being used in the medicines, Ayurvedic medicines also, and this is very useful and wonderful drug as a crude drug. When the synthetic derivatives or the chemicals are derived, then they come under different system of regulation, and those are not permitted. But when it comes to Ayurveda and Ayush, then there are a lot of uses of cannabis in the form of hemp or the powder or something in the crude form. But it is highly, highly regulated. No one can use or manufacture any formulation which is having this cannabis without the permission and license from the government of India. So the cultivation is controlled and licensed. At the same way, the manufacturing of the drugs is also licensed, and at the same way, the dispensing of the drugs is also licensed. So we have to procure a special license for each and everything: cultivation, then formulation or drug preparation, and then dispensing also. Thank you.
Just want to add, leaves and seeds of the cannabis plants are exempted as per the NDPS Act, which is prevailing in the country. Leaves and seeds are exempted.
But the production or this cultivation is licensed.
Leaves and seeds are allowed. Okay, good. Let me just summarize a little bit about the proposed bills. There's so many bills in Congress about the use of cannabis. There's decriminalization, there's medical cannabis. Just a brief summary. One, as proposed by Congressman Tona Pet Albano, says the plantation should be within government property. It must be fully secured, meaning not everybody can plant in their own neighborhood or in their own mountains. It must be within government property. The processing facility must be fully secured, and the dispensing should be done by S2 license, as mentioned by Dr. Annabel de Guzman, and it must only be in tertiary government hospitals like Philippine General Hospital, East Avenue Medical Center, and not in every drugstore, in every neighborhood, or in every barangay. The allowed form will only be in capsule or oil, not for recreational purposes. The possession of the plant, the possession of the leaves or the buds or any part of the plant is still considered illegal. What will only be allowed under the proposed bill is the capsule and oil as prescribed by an accredited physician, And the doctor must put all of his prescription in the PDEA database. All of the patients must be on the PDEA database. If the patient is given only 30 days, then he can only buy good for 30 days. Am I correct, Director Pedrosa? Can you share with us from a PDEA point of view?
Yeah, good morning. As mentioned a while ago, this will be processed through the application of permits and licenses to our compliance service. So, if this will be approved, then it will be processed to our compliance service, and all of those who will be availing of this will be listed on the database.
And I think the same method is being done by other doctors who prescribe medicine using S2 license also. They are also on the same database to control the use of these substances. What other substances are prescribed by doctors like this? We have other painkillers or other drugs used by psychiatrists, right? Mm-hmm. So, any more questions?
From PTV4 po. Sir Richard, with that being said po, can we go back dun sa capabilities po ng Bauertek? Are we capable to produce such capsules and oils for medication?
To go even farther than that, Bauertek has plantations for herbal medicines. We have plantations in Region 1 in PITAHC, Ilocos. We have plantation in Region 2 in Atiague, Isabela. And we have plantation in Cabaldon, Nueva Ecija. That's in Region 3, where we plant our herbs, malunggay, garlic, and turmeric, and other herbs. Inside those facilities, by the way, those are in partnership with the Department of Science and Technology, in partnership with the Department of Agriculture, in partnership with state universities. Inside those plantations, we have processing facilities. What is harvested in the morning should be completely finished by afternoon. And those processed materials will be brought here to Bauertek. Bauertek is approved by the Food and Drug Administration, and we have license to manufacture drugs, herbal supplements, and even cosmetics. So we have the capability to do all those things. Beyond that, we also have the capability to do something else. If I can just explain a little bit, inside the plant are about 500 terpenes and cannabinoids inside the cannabis plant. Bauertek has the capability to dissect them into 500 different components, each compound to its own, and put them in different containers and assemble them according to specified or allowed formulation. If we need 2 milligrams of THC and 5 milligrams of CBG and so on. So we can plant, we can harvest, we can process, we can dissect the plant into compounds, and we can assemble them as needed to be distributed to government hospitals if needed.
Good morning po. Sir, nabanggit nyo rito yung part ang DOST. And anong naitulong ng DOST sa inyo bilang partner po? And set up adapters din po kayo.
Correct. We have projects that are in partnership with DOST. For example, our plantation in Region 1 and in Region 2 are in partnership with DOST. We provided the technology. They helped us with the equipment and the facility also. The facility is provided by the university and manpower. Machines are provided by DOST, and we provide the technology and the management. You mentioned setup. Yes, DOST is very supportive of Bauertek. We are a beneficiary of their setup program, and I think they will be renewing it again.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Camilo Miliendes of Media Force. I'm happy because our congressman here have signified some positive signs that they will consider it scientifically in Congress. No? As a matter of fact, I think during the 18th Congress. It reached the level of the Senate already. The only thing that did not happen is it was not forwarded to the President for signature. My question is, does the country India suffer the same legislative prohibition of cannabis as it is considered also, like in the Philippines, as illegal drug?
There are the legislative provisions about the cannabis. What I talked, the two acts I referred in when I was answering the question. There are two acts are there. NDPS Act, that is an act passed by the Parliament itself, by the lower and upper house. And another is the Drug and Cosmetic Act, which entails deals about the Western medicine as well as Indian medicine. There is a clear Schedule E drug. Comes under the Narcotic and Psychotropic Substance Act. Yes, what I said, the leaves and the seeds are allowed for the cannabis. However, the synthetic derivatives or the other extractions are not allowed. The restrictive use, in India, we call the cannabis as a bhanga. So bhanga is a Sanskrit term which is defines about this plant and which is used in destructive manner. What my head of delegation said, cultivation not allowed. Processing, and that is strictly under the government supervision, and that too under the GMP certification, which is mandatory in the country. Without having GMP, nobody could make any medicine of a traditional system or Ayush system of medicine in the country, and none will be allowed for that. And there is a mandatory inspection procedures for these drugs, including bhang also. Thank you.
Yeah, the problem in the Philippines now is that the proponents of legalization would like to decriminalize cannabis or
already
from the inclusion of the dangerous drugs.
Probably,
probably our common interest arose from the fact that even Israel, even Thailand, have changed their attitude towards cannabis. And I think we share the same interest now because these are innovations for the good of those who need it. Is this the same reason why India is also having an interest in studying about cannabis?
Already there is a stricter penal provisions are available in the contravening the act provision of the drug. Either it is NDPS Act or it is a Drug and Cosmetic Act. And recently there was huge news. There are the implementation of NDPS Act is quite stricter. Even you can be in the jail for your entire life. It is very stricter compliance is there for the NDPS Act and also for the Drug and Cosmetic Act. It is a stricter penal provisions are both of sides are there. In the both of the act, there is a stricter penal provision already. And this act is enacted since 1945. And this NDPS Act came in late 60s. It already takes care of these provisions, illegal and this thing, use of this cannabis and any other drug also.
Yes, because I think the proponents of this decriminalization supports the fact that if ever this will be decriminalized in the Philippines, this will be strictly regulated with the participation of PDEA, the Department of Health, FDA. These are the convincing points that this will not be abused or for entertainment purposes. Thank you very much.
Hello, good morning po sa ating visitors at sa lahat po ng nandirito sa ngayon. My question po is addressed to PDEA team na nandirito sa ngayon. Sir, siguro na alam natin at naikot natin kanina yung buong pasilidad, Bauertek at saka yung laboratorio nasa baba, hindi pa yata natin nakita. Pero talagang nakita namin noon na talagang may kakayanan siya na mag-reproduce, mag-produce ng maraming talagang cannabis. Medicine cannabis. Sa ngayon po ang tanong ko, Ano pong masasabi ninyo sa nakita ninyo sa kanina sa mga pasilidad? May kakayanan po ba siya o ano po ang comment niyo?
Let me refer you to my division tip on the examination division and the research.
Hello, good morning. Based sa nakita namin, I have not seen any of the process yet, but with the integrity and the capability of the Bauertek, I think it can properly process the required marijuana if ever that it will be approved by the Congress.
Last two questions. After the last two questions, we will have our lunch break.
Good morning po sa ating lahat. Para po sa PDEA, pwede po ba namin makuha ang posisyon ninyo dito sa ipinapasang batas ng Kongreso para maging legal na gamot ang marijuana cannabis?
Good morning. As stated by Congressman Barbers a while ago, humingi na sila ng position papers from PDEA for them to study para makita kung ano yung possibility for a possible amendment of RA 9165. And being a law enforcement agency and one of the lead implementer of RA 9165, whatever will be amendment that will be made on RA 9165, PDEA will adhere to it. So kung ma-approve man yung mga amendments on the use of medical marijuana, then PDEA will, of course, there will be some regulations that will be created, and we have an office sa PDEA which will regulate yung use of medical marijuana. So we will be adhering to the amendments that will be made by the Congress.
Okay, thank you.
Kay Congressman Ace Barbers po ulit, Kong. After po na marinig po natin ang position po coming from the representative of India, galing po sa DOH at PDEA, kailangan na po ba natin ngayon na ipanawagan sa presidente po ng Pilipinas na gawin pong urgent bill ang panukalang ito na gawin pong legal ang paggamit po ng marijuana bilang medicinal drug po?
Sa status niya sa ngayon, sa tingin ko hindi pa siguro necessary na gawing certified o urgent bill ito ng ating Pangulo. Dahil patuloy pa man hanggang sa ngayon, patuloy pa rin yung pagkukonsulta natin sa mga experts. No? Alam mo, itong as much as possible, the Philippine government, together with the DOH, would like to promote alternative medicine for the Filipino people. To make the medicine affordable, to make the medicine as well as efficient, and easily manageable. But again, as being proposed in Congress today, cannabis is still considered illegal. And rest assured that when we pass this law, we will make sure that it's not going to be easy for anyone to abuse this. Kasi lalagyan po natin dyan ng mga maigpit na regulations. No? At syempre, kasama rin doon, yung penal, the most important part of a law is the penal provision. Now, once somebody abuses this law, somebody will be penalized. Yeah. And penalties must really be to a point that it would curtail or deter the commission of the same abuses. So isa yan sa ilalagay natin talaga dyan sa batas. Pipigilan natin yan. Again, we're still hearing a lot of reading and hearing a lot of position from different sectors that we are consulting before we come up with a bill that if and when this bill the committee feels that there is a need to lobby to the president to certify this bill as urgent, then you can count on the committee to do that and do the necessary work to facilitate the urgency of this bill.
We would like to thank everybody for joining us here. First, we'd like to thank Congressman Ace Barbers and Director Pedroso of PDEA, and of course our delegation from Ministry of Ayush, the Indian Ministry, Indian Embassy, and the PITAHC. By the way, I'd like to let you know Y stands for yoga.
Yeah.
And every Monday, we have 2 sessions here of yoga in this building. And we were from Cubao. Every week, we have 2 sessions of yoga there. And you know who's the instructor? My daughter. She's a certified yoga instructor.
So I hope that 21st June happens to be the International Yoga Day. And I will request Bauertek as well as everyone among us who is sitting here to celebrate that day for not only simply health, but the physical, mental, and spiritual health. We should celebrate Yoga Day, and we should practice yoga day by day. Thank you.
I have one question. I hope you don't mind me asking. Yeah. My question is, Ayurveda is being practiced in India, and a lot of people in India are practicing the same, right? So, is there any data or a study that would say that practicing Ayurveda promotes longevity? Does it promote longevity?
Yeah, definitely. There are 2 types of data. One are our texts, ancient texts, which are this codified texts. And second, the numerous studies are being carried out, and the Ayurveda is being practiced span country, not only in India, but in so many other countries. It is legalized system and recognized system of medicine. As I already told that more than 35 countries have recognize this as a system of medicine, and they allow practice. So a lot of data is there, and further more data is being generated regarding the various aspects regarding the longevity and regarding the health promotion and for the treatment of many diseases. And so many projects, national and international projects, are being carried out within India and even out of India. And there is a if you go through the website of our ministry, there is a very important portal that is called Namaste portal. NAMSTE, Namaste portal, where you can find a lot of data and the ICDs we can find over there. Yeah.
Additionally, Ayurveda is about 1,000 years old, and they immediately recognized that a lot of our ingredients that we use here are used in Ayurvedic medicine.
Yeah. There are many commonalities, many herbal items, herbal plants and shrubs are common within both of the country, which can pave the work together in a field of herbal medicine which are cost effective, which are safer, and definitely they're effective. It don't give you any side complaints at all. So this could bring a bridge between 2 other countries to work together for the ailing humanity. And for the yoga, yes, what Sir has said, our head of the delegation has said, we have developed yoga in a practicable form. Our institution, NIA, has developed mobile yoga. We can share through this thing with our delegation people. You can download it. It is available on the Google. You Google it, you can find M Yoga, Office Yoga, 2 minutes yoga. We have developed at some other time, or if it will be able to share, you can sitting in an office, you get a 5 minutes when you post when you go for the nap or something like that. Even the before you can do on your office also, and definitely believe me and experience it. Don't believe me, experience it. It gives you something more better than what you're doing right now. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. We thank everybody for joining us for this media forum, and we'd like to thank again our guests. Thank you so much.
aming committee hearing na ginawa sa Kongreso sa Committee on Dangerous Drugs ay aming na-identify na maraming mga inconsistencies doon sa statements na binitawan ng ating mga tinanong na mga involved dito sa 990 Shabu Hall. At dahil dito, ang committee ay nakakita ng mga liabilities, whether criminal and administrative, na sa aming paniwala ay dapat siguro i-recommenda rin ng aming committee sa pag-finalize namin ng aming committee report. At ayoko sanang i-preempt yung at meron naman ng kaso yung ilabas. Meron din kami, sumasang-ayon din kami dun sa ibang findings ng committee na kung saan ay meron din kaming re-recommenda na kasuhan. Both criminal at saka administrative dun sa mga involved na mga personalidad.
Yung po bang mga pinangalanan kahapon nakakasuhan, sila na ba dapat yung kasuhan o meron pa dapat maidagdag at wala naman dapat lang naisama po?
Merong, kasi hindi ko pa nakita yung listahan ng 50 yata na yung napailan ng kaso. Pero sa amin, doon sa na aming inimbitahan, tinanong, na nakita namin base dun sa documentary evidence at testimonial evidence, meron talagang marami-rami ng mga kawani ng PNP na sa aming paniwala ay may involvement dito sa usapin ng 990 kilos of shabu.
Kung may issue lang po kami kasi kanina, for soundbite lang po, yung estado po ngayon ng legalization ng marijuana ay naitanong po kanina ni Sir Michael.
Okay, sa ngayon, patuloy yung committee hearing dito at meron kaming mga technical working group na finorm para patuloy yung paghihingi ng position paper ng mga ahensya na magbibigay ng guidance sa committee bago namin i-finalize itong proposed legislation na ito. Kumuha na kami ng opinion ng position paper galing sa DOH, sa PDEA, sa PNP, kahit sa DOJ. Isa rin yan sa mga hiningan din namin ng opinion. At pagsasama-samahin namin ito para maging isang substitute bill bago namin ito debatihan dyan sa plenaryo sa Kongreso.
So from your point of view po, may potential po na maaprubahan?
Gusto ko nga sana sagutin.
Sige sir. Sige po.
Sa akin paniwala, base lang sa aking, although hindi ko pa na-confirm kung ilan, marami akong kasamahan sa Kongreso, sa komite, na naniniwala na mayroong medicinal value itong cannabis. Again, sabi ko nga kanina na kung totoong mayroong medicinal value ito, at ito'y magagamit ng ating mga kababayan dahil mas murang gamot ito sa mga ilang sakit sa atin. Siguro hindi kami mag-aatubiling sumuporta dito sa proposed legislation na ito. At itutulak talaga namin ito. Sa ngayon, patuloy pa rin nga ang aming consultation kasi we need the technical evaluation ng mga experts, yung mga doktor, sila yung nakakaalam nito, mga scientists, para malaman natin kung ito ba ay talagang safe sa tao, kung sakaling maging legal, ito ba talaga ay nakakagamot, kasi baka ito, paano natin pag-aaralan yung hindi ito maabuso. Yung sa puntong yun, madali yun para sa amin, kasi ididikit lang natin yan sa mga existing na mga batas. Pero dun sa medical value nitong sinasabing cannabis, siguro kailangan pa namin ng mas marami pang datos.
Illegal pa rin siya hanggang ngayon, illegal pa rin siya,
hanggang ngayon, considered pa rin siya dun siya sa enumeration ng list of illegal drugs.
Congressman, kung sakali pong mag-illegal na, ano po yung susunod na kung gagawin?
Well, kung magiging legal ito, unang-una, syempre, i-encourage natin na magkaroon ng maraming plantation sa buong bansa. Dahil
regulated.
Definitely, it has to be regulated. Dapat may regulasyon na talagang mahigpit, na hindi basta-basta sino pwede magtanim. Sa aming information na nakuha galing sa Thailand, ang mga bawat bahay ay allowed to plant. Pero limitado sa number, parang limitado yata sila sa 4 na paso.
Okay.
Kasi daw, naniniwala nga sila na yung raw na dahon nito ay nakakagamot. So yun ang tinitingnan din namin kasi pag ginawa natin yun,
baka wala nang magtanim ng palay.
Puro pariwara.
Puro pariwara. Alam mo, malaki yung demand dito eh. No? I think, na-mention yan ni former Speaker Alvarez no, sa kanyang bill na bilyong dolyares no, ang ipinasok sa ekonomiya ng mga states sa US na kung saan legalized itong marijuana, no? Kagaya sa California, sa southern part of the US at saka northern part of the US.
Congressman, kailan lang po, may na sa kote ang kapulisan ng Malolos? More than 1 million marijuana. Yung pong mga taga-Malolos, particular, pumupunta po ng Benguet, paano po patuloy na nakapagkatan yung mga taga-Benguet?
Ano ko, palagay ko kasi naalala ko noon, ako'y nag-aaral pa hanggang sa naging secretary ng DILG yung father ko. Nanununog sila ng mga plantation. Hanggang ngayon, nanununog pa rin tayo. So, isang paraan siguro dahil nga hindi natin masisisi siguro yung mga taga-North na meron talaga silang nakikitang medicinal value. Itong, kasi mula pa ng kanilang mga ninuno, mula pa ng ating mga ninuno, gumagamit na ito. Hindi lang itong Pilipino. Ninuno mula sa ibang bansa, kahit sa Amerika, yung mga ninuno nila gumagamit din ito, yung mga American Indians. So, kaya nga, base dito sa mga impormasyon na ito, nagkakaroon ng epekto sa pag-iisip o sa pagde-decide ng aming komite. Pero ang hinihintay lang namin talaga yung medicinal.
Sir, through prescription pa rin.
Dapat. Hindi pwedeng kasi nga, alam naman natin na kapag medyo napasobra tayo dito, gaya ng ibang gamot, pag napasobra, mas masama. May negatibong epekto.
So, ano yung title ng House Bill?
Hindi ko na-memorize. Dami ng bill na nasa But ito ay ang author nito, principal author ay si former Speaker Pantaleon Alvarez. Dalawa yung bill, yung delisting, meaning decriminalizing ay nasa Committee on Drugs, pero yung medicinal cannabis ay nasa Committee on Health. Kaya nga nag-usap kami ng chairman ng Committee on Health na pag-isahin na lang yung usapin ng pagbudigo sa cannabis para malaman ng mga kasamahan sa Kongreso kung ano ba talaga yung value nito.
Last na lang po, malapit na po na presidente ko natin. Ano po yung inaasahan ninyo na dapat naligunan kayo sa bayan after 1 year niyo po bilang presidente?
Well, syempre, hindi natin may tatago yung success ng kanyang mga visits abroad. No? Kita natin nakapag-inganyo ito ng mga investor. No? At ngayon nga, nagdahan ng pumapasok itong mga investor sa atin. No? Nakakatulong sa ating ekonomiya, nakakatulong din sa ating kababayan sa pamamagitan ng pagbibigay ng trabaho. At definitely, itong darating na SONA ay unang-unang parte ng kanyang speech definitely will talk about the accomplishments, yung 1 year accomplishments at yung ating direksyon kung sa tayo pumunta after makuha for the next 1 year.
Okay. Thank you po. Thank you, sir.
Salamat.
Salamat.
Kung mayroon lang